check the classification of the hate. Now we want to actually check hate speech detection. Hate speech detection we want to do in our application. Now always remember, there are few steps we have to do it.
So, I'm audible. Hello. Hello. Hello, sir. I'm audible. Hello, sir.
Madam, you have to extract the file, ma'am. You have to use WinRAR. If you people are not having WinRAR, please let me know. I will put it in the chat, the WinRAR extract also. Okay. Now, after you have extracted the file, let me glance through the application. What we are trying to do here is we are actually trying to use deep learning application using hate speech detection. We want to actually detect the hate speech happening in the online social media network. So we want to detect how are the hate speech detection is being done. We are also using a data set here. This is a data set and this is your data structure. So what we are trying to do here, we have created a deep learning based fusion approach for hate speech. We have two things. This is your attributes. We are taking the attributes in the database are this: name, age, date of birth, gender, ethnicity, religion, color, nationality, city, speech, date, location, and score. So what is the first thing which we have to do in our application? So if you want to develop a application, if you are trying to develop an application, so what is that we are going to do? First thing you have to, as we already seen, any application which we are going to do, any application which we do, you have to use these steps. Python -m virtual environment my project. This is the first step. So in this case, in our case, what we are doing, the virtual environment will be FDP. Under FDP, deep learning. Under deep learning, you have to click the deep learning. Then come here, you say CMD, Python -m virtual environment. Sure, madam, I'll be sharing the steps also. So first step, what you have to do is Python -m virtual environment. Give your project name. Our project name is okay. Here we are having three directories. One is remote user, service provider, and template. Under the template, we have all the HTML files which we have created. So under this, you can have your images. All the images will be coming here, which is empty. Media. Okay, this is your table which we have created. These are all the HTML files which we have created to run the application. This is for the server application. So here we are actually having two users. We are actually having two users. Two users are there. One is user and another one is your S provider. There are two users. One is user, another one is S provider. Now, when we come to our application in deep learning hate speech, here you have one more thing called deep learning hate speech. Always remember, we have to work with only few files. We are going to work with only few files. They are, first one, manage.py. Manage.py is the first application. Then you have settings.py. Now, settings.py settings.py is the file which is used to actually edit your code for your Django applications. Settings.py is used to edit the code for Django application. In this, we are going to have three things. We have three things in setting.py which you have to do the manipulations. One is, first one is your installed apps. Can you see here? This is an installed app. Under installed app, you need to add two users. That is, as I told you, we are having two modules. So we need to add two users in settings.py. One is your remote user, remote underscore user. Another one is your service underscore user, service underscore underscore provider. Okay, two things are there. Then in the middleware, we will be adding all the things. Template, you can see here, I have a template. In the template, we are going to add all our template directories. In the template, we add all our template directories. In the database, you are going to add the database name. This is your database name, which we are going to add now. This is the database name, your username, your password, what is the host, and the port number. These three are very important. Other things, no need to do any manipulations. Okay, any doubts? Any doubts? Okay, after settings.py, you have one more thing in the, that is urls.py. Okay, in urls.py, you are going to give the patterns of your URLs. That means what has to be coming and how it has to come. All the patterns are being designed in the urls.py. urls.py will give you the patterns. Then, okay, now next part you have to go is that of your remote user. Now, under remote user, we are going to work on three things. Under remote user, settings.py, urls.py for URL patterns. And then you need to go to your users. Under users, you need to work on admin. admin apps your forms.py is the file which is used to create the forms. You can see here I have created the form, that is registered form is being done in forms.py, and then you have to work on models.py. Models.py is the file used for all your models. That means your registration models, what we have actually created. That is, this is for your Excel sheet, this is for the registration. Then we have use.py. Your logic is being built under the use.py. See, how to add the data set. your logic is being rendered across your views.py. Here you see, this is the definition for your register. This is to view the profile. This is for data set. This is for ratings. Similarly, you can have it for your S provider. Same files, models, views, admin are for your S provider. Any doubts? Now, under templates, you have all your HTML files for your user and the provider. All the HTML files for the user and the provider. Any doubts? Any doubts? No doubts. So I'm going to run the application. To run the application, you say Python manage.py run server. Now, when you run this application, it will ask you that you have not configured your MySQL. You can see it. So we have to actually configure the MySQL. Here you see, did you install MySQL client? Can you see the error message? Did you install MySQL client? So to do that one, first we have to actually dump the database. To dump the database, go to your C. Has we already installed the XAMPP? Go to XAMPP folder. Under XAMPP control panel, under XAMPP control panel, sorry. Here you need to start Apache and your MySQL. Click admin. Under the actions, you click admin. A PHP MyAdmin will be open for you. PHP MyAdmin will open. Under PHP MyAdmin, you need to import the table. Under PHP MyAdmin, we have to import the table. Under PHP MyAdmin, you can see here one thing called import. Import, choose the file. Go to your directory where you have kept your file. You can see here the database is being created. This is the database which is being created for us. So these are all your tables through which we are going to run our project. So minimize this one. Come here. Come to your DOS prompt. Now you say Python manage.py run server. It is saying, did you install MySQL client? So we have to install MySQL client. Pip install MySQL. What is this MySQL client? MySQL client is a connector, as we have seen in the morning session, how we are going to use Python my connector. Similarly, if you want to connect your application to the database, we have to have a MySQL client installed. So if you want to install MySQL client, we are going to install the MySQL client using pip install MySQL client. Okay, if you are getting this error, that means the problem is with the Python version which we are using. Actually, this project is being developed with Python version 3.6. So I'm actually using version 3.7. So it is giving me runtime module errors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually remove my Python 3.7 and install Python 3.6. I'm giving the Python version also. Gayatri? गायत्री कर रहा ठीक है I'm installing 3.6.2 version. I have also kept that version. I have kept this version in the chat. So we are installing 3.6.2, which is the version this project is being developed. We have already installed, we have already configured our database. To configure the database, you have to install your XAMPP. Under XAMPP, you have to get your PHP myadmin, go to your import statement, browse for the file, and dump your database. Mhm. Python manage.py run server. Okay, here you can see now you have two logins. One is your service provider login and the register login. Here. So first I am registering. Now this particular code is in register1.html. You can open your thing, go to your templates. Under HTML, you have your user. Under user, you can see register one. This is the code. So what I'm trying to do here, I'm creating a register details. And adding the styles to my application. So this is the code effect. So when we click the button, it is going to go to user login form. Here you can see form action. So password Vasu. Sign up. So I have signed up as an user. Now I can go to user login. Vasu. Sir, I think Sunil Kumar sir, this is the logic to actually upload your files. So that is there in add dataset underscore details. Sunil Kumar sir, for your reference. Choose file. Choose file. You go to the database. This is the dataset you are going to choose. You upload the dataset. Here you can see the dataset is being uploaded. Search on personal data set. You can also search on the personal data set whether those people have given a hate speech or anything. Here you can see, check the things, that is hate speech is given or not by a particular user. So he's very good cricketer. So you can check all those things. You can also check your user profile. You can check the user profile, log out. Now, if you want to log in as a service provider, you can also log in. So if you want to check the user credentials, we don't know what is the user credential. So you have to go to S provider. Under S provider, we have under S provider, you have your views. Under views, you can check the username and password. So the username and password are S provider, S provider. You can view all speech details, search person speech, view the hate speech classification, who has done what type of a classification, view positive speech, view the negative speech, view score results, that is you can create a pie chart, you can create a line chart, you also can create a bar chart, you also can check all the users who are there in our application. So this is a simple application which we have used to actually get the hate speech detection done. So to run this application, we need to have, this won't be working in any of the other applications. You need to have Python 3.6.2, Python version 3.6.2, which I have already kept it in your chat. In the group, I have already kept that Python version 3.6.2. So we also need, for this project to be executed, you need Python 3.6.2, you need Django version, you need MySQL. In my Lappy, already MySQL is being installed. That's why it has not asked the MySQL client module to be installed. MySQL client. In some cases, it will ask text blob also. Text blob is the Python version or module to actually upload your Excel data. It is going to ask text blob. In some cases, it is also going to ask PyMySQL to be installed. So these are all the requirements we require to actually run this particular application. If you are running the application, if you are getting any errors, please let me know so that I'll solve the application errors. If you are not getting any errors, should I give some time so that you just get the things done? Or should I show one more application? Should I show one more application? Or this application you want some time? Sure, sir. Sure, Sunil, sir. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a heart disease prediction. I'm going to do a heart disease prediction. I'm going to do a heart disease prediction using same Django and your applications. Sure, sir. Sir, can you see this code? Define add dataset details. So this is actually using a Excel file to upload. Similarly, you can use the same code to do any other transactions. So that has to be written in views.py file. Your upload things all have to be written in views.py file. So this is the code where we are actually using the Excel sheet to upload. In views.py, we have this code to upload your values, Excel sheet, Excel data, or whatever may be the thing you want to upload. Okay. Locally, it will be stored, sir, not in the MySQL. We are not taking it to be stored in the MySQL. All forms, all uploaded forms will be stored locally. So that is the code to actually upload your Excel sheet using your form onto your data. So that will be again stored. Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, now we are going to see one more application. This is much simpler application. So in this, you have only index, login, predict, register, result, and user string. We have a table also. The table name is DB. Here you have the text data. So this is your attributes and the values you have to specify. That will be stored. This is your session. So first we have to upload your database. To upload the database, you have to go to XAMPP admin. Import. Choose file. Your DB. So what is there in DB? In DB, I have kept the database for user registration. You can open and see. Use heart disease. Heart disease is my database name. Under database name, I am creating a table called register, which is taking username, password, contact, email, and address. So when I open my thing, heart disease, it has one table, that is register table. We have only one table, that is register table. So here, to run the application, we have to go to heart disease. You have to check where manage.py is there. So go to there, you just say cmd python manage.py run server. Again, we have to uninstall the Python and install 3.7 to run this application. This application runs in 3.7. Okay. Please work on that particular application. If you are having any doubts, you can share your screen so that I will solve the errors. Please do that application so that if you are having any doubts, you please let me know. I will solve the errors. Please let me know if you are having any doubts or how to do any sort of help you need to configure the Django application. I would be solving your thing. Please raise your doubts. Any of the doubts, if you have, please raise it. So I'm going to show you a simple calculator app wherein we can create the calculator using your Django application. So this is very simple app, we can create it. So we can also create a simple calculator app using your Django applications. Okay, let me give you a quick glance of what we have to do while we are developing a application. I will also share this one in the I'll be also sharing this. So what you have to do whenever you want to create a web application, first thing you have to do is to create a folder for the web application. First step is to create folder for the web application. In this, how to create, you have to say file -m pip install Django. Sorry, -m virtual environment. Give your project name. After it is being done, second step is to activate the virtual environment. To activate the virtual environment, you need to go to the directory. Under the directory, my project, that is your project name. You have to go to scripts. Under scripts, you just say activate.bat. So your virtual environment would be activated. Now coming to the third step, you need to install the Django. To install Django, we say py -m pip install Django. After Django successfully installed, you need to create, fourth one is to create the Django, your project app, you have to create it. So to create project app, you just say Django -admin start project, your project app. Next is you have to create the member folder, where in the project app you have to create a member folder. So to create that, you say py manage.py start app members. The sixth step is to create template, create templates folder to add your HTML files. Now next one is you have to work with these files only. Settings.py, urls.py, models.py, views.py. Whatever changes you are going to do, you have to do it only these 4 files: settings.py, urls.py, models.py, views.py, and also you need to create urls.py in the project app, so that it reflects to the main folder urls.py. Only these are the steps which you have to do. Later, whatever you are going to do, that's the logic you have to develop. So these are the basic steps we have to follow whenever you are installing or whenever you are trying to create your web applications. Any doubts? I'm going to share this also. Okay. Any doubts? I have also shared the link to you. I have also shared the links to you. I have also shared the steps in the group. Any doubts? షణ్ముఖ ప్రియ గారు, శాంతి కృష్ణ గారు, శరణ్య గారు, కవిత గారు, ఇంద్రులేఖ, మధుకృష్ణ గారు.
Dear participants, if you have any doubts, please ask the sir. Sir, they are telling no doubts, sir.
Okay, no doubts means we have to. So what we are going to do in the next, that is tomorrow session, I'm going to share like 3 or 4 applications where I'm going to remove few files from there, and you have to add those files and get the things done. Is it okay? So you people have to develop the application, right? So can I do it that way, or I should give the total output, or I should do from scratch? Which one you prefer? So what I do, I'll give you one application. I'll give you one application for tomorrow's session. I'll post it in the group, so you guys can actually try out. If any of the error you are getting, we'll solve it in tomorrow's session. There and there itself. Is it fine? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send one application to you in the group, so that the same application we will work out.
They said okay, sir.
Yeah. So if you are not having any doubts, we will close the session so that we'll do the thing.
Dear participants, if you have any doubts, please ask the sir. Otherwise, we can wind up the session.
Ma'am, it seems no doubts. Can we close the session?
1 minute, sir. 1 minute. Let me check the chat. No doubt, sir. We can close,
Yeah.
sir.
Sir, Sunil
Thank you
Kumar,
very much.
excuse
just
sir.
now,
Sunil Kumar raised his hand.
Sunil
Hello.
Kumar, sir.
Yes,
sir.
yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I have a question. When we will add a file upload option in our HTML file or a Django form, and we want to store our uploaded file locally. So it is necessary to add a field in model also? Or
Yeah,
just
sir, it is necessary to add up in the models also. You have to create the models file.
okay. But when we will upload, when we will mention in the model and we will migrate, so it will create a entry in the MySQL database.
Not really. Not really. It depends on the application what you are trying to do.
Okay.
So what I do, Sunil sir, I
Yes, sir.
will send you one application which is taking the upload file, which
Okay.
with all the requirements of yours, and post it in the group.
Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Still, any people is having any doubts, please ask, sir.
Dear participants, feedback link and attendance link will be posted in a chat box. Please fill it. It will be enabled up to 4 o'clock. Thank you.